Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Here, the same map, the same players as yesterday's video. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between Calm, who was recently ranked #1 on the ladder and got top 9 through 12 in ASL Season 16, and Rain in the bottom right. For my money, the best Protoss player while he is active. That first game was unbelievable. A lot of people are saying that is one of the better games that has ever been on the channel. I can't really say too much against that. It was pretty astounding. It was an insanely good comeback for sure. And I do want to give a little shout out to Dude Nerd. He is a kind of a staple of the community, and a lot of times he recommends me games. He has very good taste. Of games that he's seen and will let me know when good ones come out. So big shout out, big thanks to Dude Nerd for the recommendation of this series overall. So yeah, we're in game number 2. It is still Dark Origin, and it looks like this game, these were played sequentially. So, you're going to have to use some sort of mind games, right? Like if you remember last time, it was a very fast scout followed by a Nexus first. Here, Gateway. So Gateway into Scout, going to play out completely differently here. Don't forget, last game, Rain ended up going double Stargate Corsair against a Hydralisk build. And despite losing all the probes at his natural base, did end up coming back to win that. An absolutely amazing game. But this game obviously going to play out very, very differently as he is going for that Gateway first. And he is, of course, playing here against a pool first build. So kind of a safer build, I guess, from Calm in some ways. Going to make it a little bit harder for Rain to get away with anything too greedy, anything like that. Well, I mean, he did do like a pool first game, the previous game as well. But, Rain, he has his timings down extremely, extremely well. He knows exactly what he can get away with. But this time going to be pressuring with those Zealots anyways, although they may have to stay on the defense for a little bit at first. It'll be a moment here as we wait for the Zealot to start walking across the map and for these Lings to hatch. And I do want to thank you for checking out ArtosisCasts. Thank you so much for any upvotes or likes or whatever it's called here. And of course, leaving comments in the video, subscribing, all that stuff. You guys are fantastic. Really, really appreciated. Couldn't do it without you guys. Wouldn't do it without you guys. So thank you very much for watching ArtosisCasts and making this a part of your day. I've been reading lately people saying when they watch, what they in under what circumstances and whatnot. It's great to see the various times that this has become a part of your schedule, and I will do my absolute best to keep getting one video out there every single day. So let's take a look. Overlord coming in to scout, and the Zealot's going to be able to chase these Lings a little bit as they run around. This is all very standard stuff, right? The Zealot plus probe on ramp is not something the Lings can run by very easily. And then the other Zealots just kind of chase the Lings out. It's not really worth your micro time to keep them alive in this area, right? It's just, I mean, if you get speed upgrade and they're in the main base, okay, keep them alive forever. But in this situation, I think it's generally better to just walk them out of there. 3 hatches here for Calm as he goes up to those 3 very important bases. Rain right now getting his forge in his main base, you can see. And that is like, obviously you can go like for a cybernetics core here as your other part of your wall-in. But that is specifically just to make sure you don't lose your +1 attack upgrade, right? If there's any Hydra pressure that comes out, generally you lose that +1 attack, and Rain does not want to do that. So I do like what he's doing with this. By the way, 3 Zealots going up, putting some pretty heavy pressure onto this hatchery. Calm just kind of microing back and forth here, looking to get around these Zealots at the moment. And yeah, I mean, he starts to put some damage on. Rain just going to trade as best he can. He gets the hurt one out to the back. Going to fight with the 2 healthier Zealots if those Zerglings come up. More Zerglings being made. Hydralisk Den is on the way, and he does actually have to engage this. Really, really important that he doesn't lose that hatchery. Of course, they are both completely aware of that. And the Zealots are going to end up going down. They're getting very, very low at this point. Should see them falling. And wow, he's actually he's pulling back pretty well. He's actually gaining a lot of shields while he does try to run away here. But yeah, with that Zergling speed upgrade, obviously you're going to be able to finish these off pretty quick. And yeah, 1 goes down. Looks like the other going to end up falling. Okay, that was like that was a longer sequence to kill those than I thought it would be. Anyways, we have the Hydralisk range on the way. The speed upgrade should already be done. But I don't actually know that for sure, actually. Like, that would be a little bit too quick, I think. So, like, I know I was staring at those links for a while, but this might be a range first build. And a range first build would be specifically to pick off the buildings. That would be the idea behind it. If you're doing a full Hydra rush, generally you want them moving quicker rather than shooting further at the beginning. Yeah. So that's what's happening here. It is a rush into that range upgrade. Now, looking over at Rain's base, he has a Corsair on the way. +1 coming up right now for those Zealots. And +1 coming up as well for the Corsairs. The Hydra's making their way down. He has that range upgrade now, and there's the speed upgrade. Again, normally it is speed first, range second. But you know what? This actually could deal pretty insane damage because he does have that range. Because he has the range, he can actually hit these cannons. If you only have the speed, you can't really hit these yet. So he's going to walk down and just start hitting everything. Okay, walks forward, and he's going to target the first cannon. So the first cannon's going to fall super, super fast. If he can... Okay, this probes actually drill out. An excellent probe drill goes down here, and he starts picking off a ton of probes. The cannon plus Zealots are screwing up the AI of the Zerg units, but excellent targeting going down by Calm here. Really, really amazing. And he will pick off the secondary cannon. There is another cannon about to finish, and he is microing back now, but without the speed upgrade, I mean, this is kind of a worthless play. Much better to just send them home. Some more Lings coming out right now, as well as another Hydralisk. So what did that end up doing? Was that good enough? I think that's kind of the big question here. Well, there is some counter harassment going on. He did end up killing a fair amount of probes, but still, it's 27 probes against 19 drones. So Rain's economy is still okay, but obviously 19 for Zerg is a little bit better than 27 for Protoss, I would say, right? Like just slightly better. He's got saturation across 3 bases. It's actually not that good because he didn't really saturate these patches at all. And he is mining 1 gas, so it's only like 16 on minerals. It's not, you know, that's like 2 bases of saturation only. So yeah, maybe he could do with a few more drones, but more Hydras coming down right now. Honestly, I don't think continued Hydra production is going to be the way here. Look at the amount of cannons that Rain is warping in at the moment. He's already got 4 up. He's going into 7. You know, he's getting Zealot legs and more gateways as well. So he's going to have plenty of Zealots to help out as well. Yeah, I don't think this is going to get broken. And all the time here, we have 2 Corsairs harassing the Overlords still pretty heavily here. So Calm having to keep a fair amount of these Hydras at home. Oh my god. Okay, so you see this? This is a trick. He's trying to trick him. So see how there's no drones left there at all? He's sending a bunch of drones to make it look like he was going to go ahead and just mine lots of minerals. Maybe he's droning up right now. And he's actually bringing all of these drones around. So here's what you're about to see. These drones are going to come down to the backside. Okay, you know this little mineral patch back here? It takes 8 mining runs to get rid of it. Now, you may look at this and say, but he's only bringing 6 drones, Artosis. Well, don't worry, because if you turn a drone into a geyser, then cancel, it drops the minerals it has. So that's a little trick you can use as Zerg to take out one of these more quickly. So there you go, 1. And he'll go over here and do that little extractor trick, no doubt. Well, as soon as he's paying attention to that. All right, Rain is actually scouting this going on. Oh, my God. Oh, you know what? This is a newer version of the map. My bad. An earlier version of the map, it did have like 64 minerals or whatever. I guess this only had 6 passes of minerals. So 6 times 8, what is that? 48. So yeah, I guess they lessened that. I hadn't actually realized that. Okay, anyways, he gets through, doesn't have to use that drone trick, trying to attack up this ramp. Now the DT is actually causing a huge problem right now. Rain, the king of DTs, and he's gonna give up because of 1 DT holding the ramp. What a strange game this was. I want to just say a couple things about it because I felt almost all over the place trying to commentate this one. So first up, I think the most interesting thing was the fact that Calm went for the very quick range upgrade, right? So he could snipe the initial cannons. There's a reason why, if you look back in the replay, like, where was it? Maybe about there? Okay, this spot, right? Sorry, you can turn off the replay if you want. You can turn off the game if you want. Okay, so there's a reason why you don't line up your cannons on the wall. Okay, if it's sitting here, it's incredibly hard for Hydras to hit this. So if you're trying to get as many Hydras from this part of the map down there as quickly as possible, you get Hydralisk speed. And that'll rally them down a lot quicker. You get range afterwards. You can start the bust. But when cannons are placed like this, right, the cannon has better range than Hydras. So it'll be hitting a lot of Hydras. You have to kind of re-manually target the Hydras on buildings and things. But he got that quick range upgrade to be able to pick off the well-placed cannons, but didn't have quite enough to break through. Of course, the move down the back was actually really reasonable, and if there wasn't a Dark Templar, he might have won, but the single DT saved the day there for Rain. So just good, solid decision-making from Rain, and he is going to be 2-0 against Calm in very close, aggressive games. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one, even though it was a little bit shorter, and thank you for watching.